Well, hi, y'all. I said I was coming back. No, I meant right back. Right back now. Uh, okay. A couple weeks ago, I did a reading on vice presidential picks, and I left Stacey Abrams out. And I don't think she should have been left out. So let's see. So I'm going to do one on her, Elizabeth Warren, Kamala Harris. And just because of some rumors, it's just kind of been spreading around, tippy-toed. I'm going to do one on Michelle Obama. She says she always said she hated politics and she didn't want her husband to be in it or anything else, but maybe they're so worried that she would be willing to give up another 4 or 8 years of her life. And maybe she's getting bored. And she's really good. She'd be really good at it, and she knows it. And maybe if she feels like she could really help the people, that she might want to try it. And you know how beloved she is. If Biden had her for a VP pick, it would be like a slam dunk. I don't know. For me personally, her and Obama's politics are both way too far to the right for me, but anything. It would probably really be the biggest landslide in history with Biden and Michelle Obama on a ticket. But anyway, she's always said she didn't want to do it, but it won't hurt to just to pull a few cards on her and see. Or maybe that's what I'll do. I'm going to do an in-depth one on her, just to see what's going on with Michelle Obama right now. Where's her head at? Or I mean, you know, they're not ever going to get totally away from politics the rest of their life, either one of them after this, even if they said they were glad to get out of it. So I'm going to do a longer reading on it. Well, I won't do a longer reading on it. First, I'm going to do the short ones. Okay. This is for all of them. Can't never make up my mind about nothing. This is for all of them here. And we're going to start with Stacey Abrams. Oh, I'm doing so good at this. I'm still never got my chair covered. I was getting ready to take it over there, and they closed everything back up. I need to go over there and see if they got a phone number. It's just across the street. Okay, Stacey Abrams. Well, she doesn't feel like she's going to get it. She did get screwed in the past when she should have been in there. Excuse me. Everybody likes her. She's a star right now. She wouldn't be a bad pick at all. She's the empress in the present. And of course, the challenge is if they choose her, the Republican Party's just going to try to totally roast her. They're going to scare everybody to death. They're going to make them think, you know, that she's not smart enough to be president because she's never held office like Donald Trump is. You still never held office either, not literally. You know what? It doesn't make any difference what the challenge would be. She would be a winner. If they do decide to choose her, she wouldn't lose this time. She'd be a winner. Look at that sun there. Definitely be a winner. So the next one's Elizabeth Warren. I'm going to use this for Elizabeth Warren. So it looks like Stacey Abrams definitely could pull this off. These are for Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren. Probably put it right back where they were. Elizabeth Warren. Wow, she was still nothing like bad cards for the past. She's still a little upset because she didn't get the nomination for president to be the president. But she's open to it. She's ready to go if she gets nominated. They've even gone far enough to talk to her to see how far she'd back off and not push her agenda. See if she wouldn't keep bugging them all the time. They've already talked to her about it. I'm not sure. I know they've got lists and I know they vet them, but for some reason they've already talked to her about this. And as the vice president, she'd definitely pull him through. He'd win. They would be winners. Her or Abrams, either one would be winners. Next one is, let's do Kamala Harris. I want this deck for Kamala. No, I'm not supposed to have that deck for Kamala. I feel like throwing it on the floor. Shouldn't do anything like this in the middle of the night. I should do it in the daytime. I'm just a night person. Well, I'm just going to use these two decks for everything. So this is for Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala, oh, they're digging deep looking at her, seeing if she's been vetted already, but they're still checking just to see if she's got too much baggage. For some reason, Donald Trump would like to see her in there. He'd like to see them trying to run her. He thinks that would help him win. Her challenge is just to keep cool, because if she doesn't get the VP, she's going to get some other job. She's going to get another appointment. It's going to be probably a whole lot more work than the VP. I wonder if they're going to want her to be Secretary of State or Attorney General. They're going to want her to do something that's going to be more work even than the Vice President. So I don't think she's going to get chosen for the Vice President, but I do see them choosing her for something really important. It's going to be twice the work as being the Vice President. I don't know, after they get Trump out of there, it'll probably take 3 years just to clean the frickin' White House. Before we read in debt on Michelle Obama, let's just put her across the bottom here. In fact, I'm going to use the same cards that I used for these other ones. We'll save that one to do a little short reading on her if anything comes out even. So far, any three that I've mentioned could win. It would be harder for Kamala Harris for some reason, a little harder, but it doesn't mean they wouldn't win. She'd be willing to work, but she's got something better coming. She's got something better coming. Well, maybe they've approached her already because it looks like she's trying to make a decision. Something that she was pretty compliant about, that she would never play place she'd never go. So it looks like maybe they have approached her and talked to her about this. For some reason, she doesn't feel qualified about dealing with like all the foreign affairs and overseas and everything. But they had made her an offer. Here's the offer. Page of Cups. And the King of Pentacles is the outcome. If she decided to come through there, she would come through really, really good. I just can't see her doing it. But if she definitely could win it, any four of these women could win it. The hardest one to win would be Kamala Harris for the vice president, but she's definitely going to be, in the cabinet. So, I'm going to get these out of the way. And what's going on with Michelle Obama? I haven't read any cards on her. I don't think I've read any cards on her ever, maybe. Let's see, what is it? I know she always said she didn't like politics, didn't want to be there, couldn't wait to get out, and had other things on her mind, but she didn't. I know she loves her country. I read her book. Maybe if she thought she could really help keep everything from going totally in the toilet, she might be interested. She might think, well, I could do 4 years, or if she goes in behind Joe Biden and they have a landslide, it's going to end up being 8 years, I'm sure. But let's see. Could she be persuaded? Could she be persuaded? Let me do these cards one more time. Could she be persuaded? In any way, shape, or form, could she be persuaded? Well, her kids are growing up and moving off. They're not having grandkids yet because they're not ready to go there. And so she's got a little nostalgia. She has had time to have some nostalgia for the White House here. The obstacle is she just don't want to feel that tied down again. There's no way she wants to feel that tied down again. We got the 4 of coins here. And watched and put up with all the stuff. The foundation is a illusion delusion card. So she just don't really want to go there with everybody as dumb as they are, and is so much fake shit going on, not the real news coming out. She realizes that if she did do something like that, that it would just be constant. She knows if she ran, they'd win. That much she's known. She knows she's popular enough to just bring it right over. She's just wondering if she's got enough strength. And we got strength at the top of the reading here, but it was upside down. So she's strong enough, and she knows she is, but she's just wondering if she really wants to go there. She's thinking maybe she should for her higher angels. And the higher angels of the world, she's thinking if it could make that much difference. And Lord, could it make a difference? She's definitely thought about it. I can't believe this. She has thought about it. And I don't remember, but it seems like she did get an offer. She just don't want to go back into the bickering. But they're trying to get her in there. They're trying to get her in there. Here we got the Page of Cups again. She's thinking of everything two-faced about it that she don't want to deal with. Well, we got the Star for the outcome. We all know she's a star. You know, they might actually be negotiating on this with her. They might actually still be trying to figure out some way to talk her into doing this. Anyway, the first time I'd heard anything about it, I'd had people ask me about it on my channel, you know, when they write in their comments a long, long time ago, but just on, trying to think, I watched the Majority Report, I watch that, anyway, I watch a bunch of things, and I just heard little rumors coming through on a couple of things the last 2 or 3 days. Which I have got to do. I've got to get out of this hole. I'm just in a deep, deep hole of watching too much TV, watching too much politics. I just go there and stay there and just get sucked into that hole, and I don't even want to move. And then I have to make myself go walk even. Thank God I walked tonight before I even did this. I walked for an hour and 15 minutes right before I came back and meditated to do this and then did this reading. That's why I'm wide awake and it's in the middle of the night, because I walked and then meditated. And it's like sleeping, getting a couple hours sleep. Anyway, I love y'all. I don't know if you enjoyed this or not, but I hope you did. And I always say I'm going to get right back, and then I don't, so I'm not going to say that, and maybe I will. Maybe I'll wake up in the morning and everything that comes up on the TV, I'll think that'd be something to read on. That would be something to read on, because that's this illusion delusion card's what gets me. I go down that rabbit hole and start watching all these news deals, and then it's overwhelming. But anyway, I love doing this, and if you want a personal reading, it's lynntarotreadings@gmail.com, $10 off for the rest of this month. So email me, lynntarotreadings@gmail.com, and I'll get right back to you, and we'll set up a reading. It only takes a couple of days. Night, everybody. I hope you're all doing good, and a couple of people sent me donations, and I just want to thank them, and thank you so much, and bless your hearts. I love you. Bye bye now.